This is it, episode 558, No Laugh Track Podcast here in Minneapolis, Minnesota at Acme Comedy Company. My name is Justin Severson. Each and every week, I'm here talking to the headliner, including this week, Robert, is it Baril? No, I'm kidding.
Yep. Isn't This Is It also the name of that Michael Jackson documentary that came out after he died?
Yeah, that's actually
right?
me throwing
it's a
in...
spot-on title.
Yes,
there.
that's a... It's a long-lost sponsor of this podcast. Is the
Michael Jackson?
The Blu-ray release of This Is It.
Makes sense.
Yeah. If you're interested, I'll be selling them.
Gone but not forgotten.
I'll be selling them after your show tonight.
I got merch. Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
That'll pair nicely with my Woody Allen biographies that I sell after the show.
Well, welcome, Robert. Thank you for joining me here again.
Thanks for having me.
Where do we start? I think we should start with, I'm going to read a social media post you had earlier this week.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready for this?
Okay, let's do it.
It doesn't matter if you're ready. I'm going to read it.
Sure. Consent is a good thing to get, Justin, but go on.
Will you sign this quickly?
Yeah.
This is from Robert Baril, quote, "A Minnesota vice presidential candidate announced just before I start my Acme week. Praise Allah."
Yeah, it was very well. I think, it was. It wasn't done for me, I don't think, but I'm definitely benefiting from this. Oh yeah, it's a golden goose.
Let's be honest. I mean, I can't think of anyone. I was here at the show last night. I'll tell people that right now. There's not anyone that works Acme that I would have rather seen the week of that happening than you.
Thank you.
I
appreciate
that. I can easily say that.
I'm still kind of working on some stuff because it is spanking new, but yeah, it's
no, I'm telling people you did an hour just on Walz.
Just on Tim Walz. Yes, let's get that. Let's spread that out right now. Let's make sure people come expecting that. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was amazing. I mean, so we're here on Thursday, and that was what just announced on Monday.
No, Tuesday. Even.
Tuesday.
I don't even think it was Monday.
You're right. I am shocked at how fast everyone knew everything about this guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm saying that sort of tongue in cheek, but like,
well, I think
everybody sure had a strong opinion within seconds.
By Monday, I think it was widely believed that it was down to Walz and Shapiro. I think so. Everybody had time to prepare there, whichever it's going to be. And then I saw a few posts on X where it was like video of like all the black SUVs that were outside of the governor's mansion in Minnesota with like a split thing of the ice cream truck outside Josh Shapiro's thing. And they're like, well, probably going to be Walz then, I guess. I mean, unless Biden's the one breaking the news to Shapiro. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. So
they're interviewing his trash can, right?
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Walz. I expected Shapiro, but I was pleasantly surprised. And, yeah, for somebody doing comedy in Minnesota and from Minnesota, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And despite how people feel about Walz, just the Minnesota jokes, the regional thing you can do, and the fact that it's, Minnesota is in the news again without, Anthony Edwards or, I don't know, a tractor festival or something. So it's
Mauer.
Nice. Mauer, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Is your Facebook feed like mine, where you get these like complete opposite posts of like just anything going on right now politically, where it's like one guy's like, like the day that there was an assassination attempt. It was like, I'm getting one that's like somebody's like, damn, they missed. And then the next one's like, comparing him to, a messiah or something. It's just amazing.
Yeah. No, for the most part, I think it was positive. There were a few I'm still not sure what the nickname Tampon Tim is about. Like he put tampons in boys' bathrooms or something.
Apparently.
Are the boys using them? Like what? I don't know. I mean, attack how you want to attack, but I feel like that if he's calling you weird, I don't know if the best reaction is to call him Tampon Tim for just supplying tampons to kids. Like I I don't know. Why do you care what the genitals and the kids and leave them alone? Like this doesn't. I don't know. I mean,
I want to point out that I had a friend, during the heat.
With all due respect to your Michael Jackson sponsorship, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
During the let's say the middle of COVID, I had a friend that would call. We were encouraged to mask up, and I had a friend that would call them face tampons. He would call masks face tampons. So then when I first heard this tampon Tim thing, the first thing I thought of was when Trump was at the RNC and was wearing what looked like a tampon on his ear.
Oh yeah.
How does this even connect? But
yeah, tampon Don, right? That makes sense.
I mean, there's a ring to it as well. But
yeah, I mean, I got some material on Trump being shot too. Like I said in my act, you were there last night. Biden dropping out was a big blow to my act. It really, well, I shouldn't say a huge blow. It like grazed the ear of my act. But I definitely, fortunately, Trump did get shot. And like I say in the set, every time God closes a door, he opens roof access 140 yards away from the stage. So. And now I'm just doing material in the podcast. What am I? But yeah, so
I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I got to give the people a sneak peek if they listen. Are like, I'm not sure. He's billed as a political comic. What if he doesn't have? I bring the goods.
Damn right.
The goods. Yeah.
Damn right. The show last night was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. I walked in a little late. Later than I'm usual. I'm always on time. I was late last night, and I walked in and saw Ali Sultan doing a guest set.
He did a guest set.
That was a great surprise.
Yeah, and then Brandy Brown is featuring. So I automatically just, following a strong, powerful black woman, boom, I got my Tim Walz just referenced in right away, and then I can be off and running.
I have to mention one more person that was in attendance last night, and that would be your designated laugher in the far corner of the room.
Oh, yes, Mike Lester.
Mike Lester.
Laughing harder at the necrophilia bit than anything else in my set, which is on brand. Yeah. And yes, I do a necrophilia bit. It's a very diverse set of topics I cover in my act, not just politics, but, we get into the nitty-gritty as well.
Yeah, there wasn't a political connection to that one, I believe, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. It's not like most necrophilia jokes you hear.
No. I try to take like a slice of life necrophilia jokes, not like we all know they sleep with dead people. That's not like I like to get beneath the surface level of necrophilia to just like the ins and outs daily, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I ran into you. We saw each other a few months ago out and about, and you told me you had recently been doing some couch surfing.
Not like J.D. Vance does couch surfing. But I've started spending some time in L.A. and stuff and sort of transitioning, going out there. And so, I've been getting comfortable on couches. I haven't found the couch for me yet. I'm still playing the field. I don't want to give any particular couch the wrong idea, but it's
very considerate
never
of you.
easy when you leave and they know you're going to see another couch and you're like, listen, you knew what this was. Like, let's not make it any more than, But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Take it slow.
Exactly. Well, I mean, just make sure from the get-go that you're both clear on what this is, right?
There you go.
I don't want to lead the couch on, right? You're clearly very comfortable. I'm a lucky guy that gets to be in you for a while, But this isn't, and I appreciate that you're a pullout. We have that in common. But I'm not ready to settle down right now. I have to. I'm a rambling man.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was absolutely wonderful. You're not doing a podcast anymore these days, are you?
No. Gillespie and I did one for a while.
Yeah.
And then I tried doing a solo political one, and my heart just wasn't in it. I felt like it was something I had to do as opposed to something I wanted to do, and I haven't ruled it out in the future, but right now I don't know. I love doing the stand up and writing jokes, and I feel a little bit like a phony having to like talk politics every single. And I know I do political comedy, and people come like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I just with the podcast, I would feel so much pressure to constantly have takes and whereas like with stand up, it's like I can think about it, but then I can hone it. So I would much rather people. And it's probably not great for a business model, and I totally understand that. But I would rather them come see me live and hear the well-thought-out, sharp, hot take that I do have versus just kind of rambling on some shit that I'm not real sure about, but it's what's in the... And, yeah, so I'd rather be I would rather be consistently and sharply funny when you see me than listening to me kind of... stumble and stammer through my first thoughts on breaking news about something.
Okay. Well, then you're not going to go with my ideas. I would love to see something like that from you once a week.
Oh, really?
I really would.
Like I said, it's a terrible business. I had an AM radio show years before podcasts popped off. Yeah. I mean, I do think I have that skill set, but I don't know. Maybe...
news cycle is moving so fast right now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Trump got shot 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. It seems like it happened forever. All the other stuff that's gone on.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah, that first thing I think of is like, wasn't that?
We've
already moved.
We got pole vaulters and their dicks are getting in the way. That's yesterday's news. How unlikable do you have to be to get shot and your opponent raises $170 million more than you in a month too?
Very impressive.
Yeah.
No one certainly saw that coming. You just brought up a little thing about the Olympics, the giant dong guy having it caught on his pole on the pole.
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
Hearing about that didn't get you to go, I got to see what this... I got to see this apparatus?
I don't know. When you imagine something and then in real life, it's... I mean, I probably will. I just did not... I heard about it. I think it was here last night, but then I was kind of in my head about the set. So it wasn't... I didn't want to go down the dick rabbit hole of...
Careful what you search looking for that.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah, I guess, and then I didn't pick it up again afterwards because I was just kind of focused on how I was to order the jokes and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I was kind of in my head about it to fully appreciate what I would imagine is a quite fun visual, but I'll look it up later.
Are you, how close are you following we're towards the end of the Olympics, the 2 weeks of the Olympics. How close are you following any of that?
I've never really been much of an Olympic guy. I think Winter Olympics, I like watching hockey. Northern Minnesota guy. But otherwise, not
You wouldn't
much.
be able to go home if you didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy... I find other countries fat. I like the history. I like the politics, the sports. It's... I don't know. I get that other people
seeing if the
really...
Russian athletes are included this year or what they're being referred to as.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Or like the women beating up other women in boxing and that upsetting the right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't.
Heard a lot of people have to apologize after that one when they got that wrong.
Yeah, I don't. It would make sense for me to follow it because there's probably a lot of political jokes to be had in it, but I have my hands full enough with the Walz. And because I think maybe that's also part of it too, is it's hard for me to get out of trying to come up with bit and joke mode in my head. And I think if I started watching it, then I come up with jokes. If like Russia's playing Ukraine in something, I'm like, oh, I can it would be hard to just shut that off. And so I think it's almost
listen to that,
like a peace of mind thing of where it's like, I'll let other people take the Olympics. I got Trump being shot. I got Biden stepping down. I got Walz being that's what I'm going to focus on. And what do you do
to ease your mind of all of that when it's too much?
Drugs. A lot of drugs. No, like music, really, I'll shut off the lights and I'll just listen to music for an hour and not watch anything. Or reading too. I also read. I really have to because part of my routine is I get up, I get the newspaper, I have way too much iced coffee. And then after 3 hours, I'm just I'm jacked. And then it's okay, calm down. And then I have to counterbalance it. So then I'll listen to music or read or something.
Sure.
And, yeah.
Sure.
And I think the Olympics is it would just be too much, I think. And there's also so much of it too. I think it's too much for my attention span. If it was one thing, if it was just like Olympic basketball or like, one specific sport that I could, and I guess I could just follow one and choose to knock out the others or not follow them, but.
There was I think it happened yesterday, maybe they were showing it while we were here at the club, but there was a female pole vaulter from Canada. Have you heard about her?
Did her pussy knock her out and she, was it the clitoris? Did she have such a big clitoris that it stopped her from?
Want to see?
No, that's.
No, but
okay.
We could find out how the size of that because she has an OnlyFans that came out yesterday.
Oh,
she got a
good for
bronze
her.
medal, and then during her celebration, she twerked. And people are going, wait, was that just a off-the-cuff celebration, or did she do that to promote her OnlyFans? And should we be upset about that?
No, not at all.
No.
She competed fair and square.
Yeah.
Like that's you got to make money.
Yeah.
I'm the last person that's going to shame anyone for commodifying their stuff.
Yeah.
More power to you.
It's not like pole vaulters are doing, Nike commercials, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she should have the pole vaulter on as a guest for the Olympic reunion thing. I mean, how do you not? Come on.
I read that it's $7 a month or something to see her videos. You get that guy on.
Oh, yeah.
You charge triple
easily.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely charge triple that.
Mm-hmm. But he nails the dismount.
My problem with the Olympics this year has been that I've signed up for so many push notifications on my phone that in the middle of the day I get the immediate results when I'm not ready to see them because maybe I'm going to watch it later in the day or find out on my own. Yeah, I know there's a simple workaround. Just turn that shit off. But why can't they give a push notification that says the results are in?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I click and find it. Why do they have to let me know right there?
Well, that's like some of the descriptions of movies that stream, where you're like, "Let me find out what this is about," and then be like, "A man finds out his wife was brutally murdered by his father," and it's like, "Well, don't tell me. Now I'm not going to watch it. Like, why would you even tell me that?"
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Don't give me the twist in the description. Yeah. So push notifications are ruining my experience. One other thing I want to bring up to you is people are getting sick from swimming in the Seine River.
Oh, I did hear that.
Okay, because of
Yeah.
E. coli.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what they're? Have you heard the solution?
As a proud Frenchman, I will say my country really dropped the ball on all the E. coli that people are having to. It's supposed to be a first world country. I don't know why this is such an issue.
Right?
Is surrendering an Olympic game? Because I feel like we get the gold for that one. See what I mean? See what it's
you can't help yourself.
Once you get me going, yeah.
You can't help yourself.
Yeah.
I found this thing today. Olympic swimmers have found a possible cure to beating the E. coli-ridden Seine River that has been a huge storyline this year in the Paris Olympics. A can of Coca-Cola.
Really?
Several world-class athletes swear that the sugary soda helped them stave off bacteria and any infection they could get from competing in open waters. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I've always heard like Coke, it'll disintegrates your teeth and it'll
take the rust off a penny or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
you pour it in your toilet and it'll clean off scale or some ridiculous crap. But now it's going to cure my diarrhea.
I mean,
nuts.
Hey, expect that in the next Coca-Cola commercial or something, where like someone's trying Pepsi and they lose, and the Coke kid gets the gold. Yeah, staves off E. coli. Nice. That's impressive. I wonder how many sodas they went through before discovering Coca-Cola. Because an athlete, you can only imagine you can't because it's so competitive, right? Like a second late is the difference between gold and silver.
Oh, yeah.
So like any advantage you want. So then just the idea that you would start drinking soda at all while you're in your peak physical condition, but yeah, I don't know.
Wild.
Yeah.
So we got everyone keep an eye out for when that shows up on the.
Do they synchronize swim in the Seine, or is it just like the race?
Oh,
is synchronized in the Olympics? I don't know.
Absolutely, they won. I saw a highlight last night. They won some. USA won gold, Robert. We should be very proud right now.
All right, Sweet.
Exactly. Sweet. I want to before we run out of time, I want to bring up another thing that's connected to the election. What do you think of the guy that was sitting on the domain name of Harris Walz? Did you hear about this?
No. Tell me.
Since 2016.
Really?
This guy's been going around and buying, it's like a hobby of his where he buys up multiple domain names of potential. Yeah. Uh-huh. And he, I guess back then, ended up selling, he had Clinton Kane.
Okay.
Right? Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. And was hoping that they would buy it. They did not buy it. Instead, Trump's people, first it was an anonymous buyer. Then he found out it was Trump's people that bought it, and they posted anti-Hillary stuff on that site.
Respect the game.
I mean, that's pretty damn good, right? That's pretty damn good. So then the guy, when they announced Tuesday that it's going to be Tim Walz, this guy's like, fuck yeah, I got a payday coming.
Nice.
Since then, he's already collected $15,000.
Good for him.
He sold this thing for, yeah.
Probably had Shapiro, too.
He absolutely did. He had a whole number. This guy, a couple times a year, he goes on a buying spree on sites like GoDaddy and Name, blah, blah, blah. He bought names like J.B. Pritzker, John
Illinois.
Fetterman,
Yep.
Jay Inslee, Walz. Yeah, all of those. So once it works out, it works out. $15,000 for that little investment.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, $10 into $15,000, not too bad.
Yeah, good for him.
And then it also says that, he's already got some for the, 2028 and
22. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's
That's a good strategy.
There's a lot of Shapiro ones, I think, that he was working on in 2028.
Is the idea that Kamala and Walz would lose, so then, I guess he's just covering all his bases anyway, but...
He does right-wing stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's got like Christy Bush.
Christy Bush?
Jeb Bush. I don't know.
I
Jeb
had
Bush
that in
would wanna
college, Christy Bush.
What?
Two shots and it went away. 2 shots and it went away. How about going back to the Olympics here?
Yes, let's keep talking about the thing I've followed the least out of all of
it doesn't
the
I'm providing you with all the information
all right,
you need.
That's fair. I'm just at the beginning I said I haven't followed it at all. I'm just teasing. Go ahead. Let's do it.
I think you and I could both start practicing now and be on the race walking team. That's what I think.
There's a race walking.
See? You didn't know that there's a race walking is official Olympic event.
What's
Robert.
the
race
what's the
walking
cornhole? Is there a cornhole? Is that one yet?
I mean, I'm going to say no, but maybe I missed that because that's his
pickleball. I played pickleball today for the first time in my life, and I'm incredibly sore. But maybe I could aim for the pickleball to make the pickleball team.
There you go. Yeah. I would not be surprised. Yeah.
What does it take to become an Olympic event? Like just enough greasy Europeans that sign off on it? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, somebody's making money, I'm sure. Some wheels getting greased, I would imagine. Breakdancing.
Speed walking? Speed walking is a...
Speed walking and breakdancing are both Olympic competitions now.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. What are we doing? What do we do? The Greeks are rolling over in their grave.
I mean, breakdancing.
Yeah, that's. Are there any white guys on that team?
I think so.
Fascinating.
B-boys, you mean?
Interesting times to be alive.
Right? Right. If you would have told me in 1984,
I know Caitlin Clark's not playing. Right? She didn't make the Olympic team.
No.
Right? I did see that. Caitlin Clark is like the Christopher Columbus of the WNBA. It existed before her, but not for most white people. That is another canned joke because I know nothing about the Olympics.
It was perfectly placed. It was perfectly placed, sir. Do you watch stand-up specials?
Some. I do, because there's how many are there? Like 1 million a year? Like it seems like there's just you can't. You wouldn't be able to do anything else. So there's a few people. Every time Chad comes out with one, I see it. But I try to with the free time that I have that's not comedy related or whatever, I definitely try to like fill with other things. Or like when the show Crashing came out, where it's like, hey, have you watched Crashing? I'm like, I go to open mics. Like I'm not. I get that being a stand-up requires a insane level of self-involvement, but I'm not gonna watch a fictionalized depiction of like my life as it is already on screen. So I'll watch shows. I'll watch The Bear. I'll watch shows. I'll watch movies, but only and if everyone tells me you have to see this, then I'm probably not going to see it. I still haven't seen the Bo Burnham one. I'm sure it's amazing. I'll probably get to it at some point, but at a certain point, it's also like if more than 5 people are like, "Dude," I'm like, "Nah, probably not. I'm probably not going to do that."
You won't think it's amazing.
I'm not going to think what's amazing.
Bo Burnham.
Oh, Bo Burnham.
You won't
Okay.
think it's amazing.
Yeah.
No, you won't. You'll be like, oh yeah, he put a lot of work into that. Is it
Okay.
amazing?
What about Nanette? Am I missing anything? I didn't see Nanette. Okay, there we go. That was another one. Like, oh, it's because they come out with just such like, oh, it's gonna change stand-up for like, no, it's not. No, it's one special. It's a lady talking for. She's a lady, right? I don't know. I didn't see the special. Is she?
I believe so.
Okay. Talking for an hour. Like that's all right. I mean, there's other specials too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when it was described as like anti-comedy, I was like, I don't know if I like anti-comedy.
Yeah, why would you?
I don't know if I like that.
That doesn't. You want to watch some anti-baseball? Like what? That isn't. There's no bats. No one runs. Like no, that's the opposite of what I want to see. Right?
Exactly.
Anti-Super Bowl. We take the 2 worst teams. Like no, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Did you know Wikipedia doesn't have your age nailed down?
Really?
Uh-huh.
Good.
It has 2 different ages.
Good. No, I don't often wiki myself. 2 different ages?
Uh-huh.
All
A year
right.
apart.
Okay. So it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says 61 or 62.
For me?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
I wonder
37
who
or 38 off the top of my head, but I might be wrong.
What does it say about me?
Can I? So
Yes, absolutely.
Since
you
you asked that, I asked ChatGPT the other day to tell me what it knows about. I said, "Tell me what you know about comedian Robert Baril."
You should just put it on. Will it respond, or is it?
Oh,
you just put the microphone up to it. Let's.
how do I do that? I don't know how to. I'm gonna have to read it because I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Robert is a stand-up comedian, radio talk show host from Minneapolis.
Okay.
Oh, let me backtrack here. It said it searched 5 sites for this information.
I thought I was only on 4, so that's news to me already.
Known for his sharp political commentary, he often uses current events to fuel his comedy, delivering informed and biting humor.
I'm pretty sure I wrote this, but go on.
He's released 4 comedy albums, then he names those. He was
That's
the host
accurate.
of the radio show Laughing Matters.
Yep.
His comedy is influenced by political comics like Dennis Miller, Colin Quinn, and Jon Stewart, as well as Gary Shandling and Carol Burnett. I believe we've even talked about those before. In
Yeah.
addition to his political material, he incorporates personal anecdotes, such as his experience becoming a step-grandfather. He's open for notable comedians including Louis Anderson, Tim Dillon, Roy Wood Jr., and Michelle Wolf. And he's been featured in the Amazon Prime documentary I Need You to Kill.
That's just my biography.
And his
That's,
comedy special, blah, 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 Amazon Prime.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So what? We'll go
And
back
then-
to the
and then-
Wikipedia
and then-
age thing. Like what's
That was specifically on the Wikipedia page.
Oh.
It was not in that. ChatGPT is unclear completely about what your age is.
Well, what does
Wikipedia said it's 38 or 39, I believe. Let's double check here.
38. I'm always the younger one.
No matter what
I'm
it
always
is,
the younger one.
it's always the
38.
younger one.
Even that's not accurate.
Oh, really? Interesting.
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got it here. It is born in Roseau.
Yep.
Right. It has
Roseau,
that right.
Minnesota.
Roseau.
Home of the Rams.
Roseau Rams. I saw War Road was the school you went to, right?
Yes,
And they're
I grew
keeping
up
their
in War
mascot,
Road.
I heard.
They had permission from the local tribe. They actually went through it the right way. The logo was drawn by an indigenous artist, and they got permission from
It's Warriors?
Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because there was the same year that the North Dakota
Fighting
are they now
Sioux.
fighting? Well, they were the Fighting Sioux. Now they're the Hawks or the
Oh,
Birds
yeah.
of Prey, or that's a movie. There's
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Green Wave,
Fields of
fight,
Wheat.
fighting hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that year that it happened, I think there were a few other, because it used to be the Cleveland Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians, and I remember Warrior was starting to take a little bit of heat for it too, and they came back and they had documentation to prove, like, we had permission. It just wasn't a bunch of honkies going, we're going to co-opt that for our games. So yeah, they still have it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. All right, I got our final answer here for
My age?
yes, born 1985 or 1986.
See, I like that mystery. That's almost like a Bob Dylan thing, right? Like, you don't really know. I'd rather have people not. I mean, it's a pretty small window. Hey, but I like to keep people guessing. You know, my favorite color is blue or red.
Every few months, I'll go in and add an extra year.
Yeah.
How about that?
He's either born in 84, 85, or 86. Yeah, just do that every. We're not sure how old he is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be absolutely perfect. What else? Anything else we should be mentioning? I know when people come to the shows this week at Acme, they can pick up one of the koozies you sell. It's based on one of my favorite jokes of yours that I purchased from you within the last year.
Yeah, it's all about drunk driver's ed instructor, and it's got the alphabet on the back. So it's a bit that I do talking about how good I am at drinking and driving. Certainly better than Tim Walz. I know he got a D. I'm not going to rub it in or anything. He got 1, I got none. I'm not going to say that makes me better, but it's just if you're keeping score, he is down a stroke. But yeah, so you can come pick up a koozie. You can hear my jokes about the main political stories going on right now, along with some necrophilia stuff. I got an incest bit I'm pretty proud of. That's touch and go with audiences, depending on. But yeah, so a whole smorgasbord of topics that I cover.
I got one final thing I want to ask you. When you preface a joke by saying, this might be dark, or this is going to be dark,
Yeah.
do you always do that?
No, I think for that one, because that's the bit I do about 100 people dying at a wedding in Iraq. I think that because all the other stuff I'm kind of talking about, as a theory or as an idea, like incest as an idea, necrophilia as an idea. Whereas this is clearly a specific story. So like there really were 100 people that died at this, and so I don't always do that, but I think just to kind of help. I think it also establishes the kind of humor I'm going to do and stuff. Like, this is dark, but I'm going to joke about it. And like I know that it's dark too, and I don't care. I have to do it. And I think it's kind of my way of conditioning the audience, depending on when I do it in the set. Usually it's toward the top of the set, of sort of getting them used to a certain kind of comedy. So by the time I do incest, necrophilia, whatever, it's like a frog in the boiling water thing where it's a little less jarring, because if I get you to laugh at that, well, no one's died. Well, necrophilia, yes, it's implied that someone had to have died at that. And that could be a callback I work in at some point, depending on the order I put them in. Now that I think about it. But yeah, so it's part of me conditioning the audience to bracing them, I guess, for other material to come.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good luck the rest of the week here. People got to come see you.
Did you say, are people going to come see?
People have to come see you.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've slurred those words together, but
no, it's okay. I thought you just said, like, are people going to?
Are people going to be here or not?
Yes, I hope. It's hot out. It's nice and cool in here. I don't. If the crowd isn't saying shit to me, I don't say shit to them. I don't make fun of the crowd. I don't go into the front row. I mean, if they're going to be an asshole, I'll, act in self-defense. But it's because that really annoys me too when people, because I think it might just be the crowd work videos and stuff that people see on Instagram and stuff, where one, it's either people that don't want to sit up front because they're afraid to get shit on, or it's people that think that that's part of it. So it's like, well, I guess I got to be the asshole tonight because no one's interrupting this guy. And then, like, no, you don't, just sit there. Let me do my thing. I'm much more presentational. I'm interactive if I have to be, but I I've prepared these jokes. I'm, it's like the bear. Like I'm is this just, what if I use an app? No, starting over. Like this is, these jokes are my babies. So let me do that. Let me present it to you and shut the fuck up.
That's a great way to end it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you again.
Thanks for having me.